Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, trailer time is here. That's right, we're talking about the trailer for Halloween Kills, a movie that isn't even out yet. Kill by Kill. Greetings and salutations, Internet. It's your old pal, Patrick Hamilton, coming to you once again from a little bird we like to call Haddonfield. This is the Kill by Kill podcast, where usually we talk about horror movie characters in the order in which they die. But we're not doing that this time. We're talking about a trailer that we saw for a movie we'll probably cover. And we just thought we would talk about it for a couple minutes with you. Of course, there's only one person I trust that if I scream from one moving vehicle to another to just let him die, she'll listen to me. You know, she'll hear me out. The one, the only, Gina Radcliffe. How are you doing today, Gina?
I absolutely would.
That's your promise to me, the Kill by Kill listener?
That is my solemn promise.
So this dropped just before the weekend. This was the soonest we could get to it. But, you know, we talked about Halloween 2018, and it's a very popular episode for us. So we thought we, might react to the trailer, because that's what the kids do. They trailer react, right, Gina?
I mean, you don't want to see video of us watching this.
No.
Although I don't know why anybody would want to watch those anyway. You know, just watching, some dude looking at his computer and be like, oh, wow, oh my God. And then, that's it.
I wish someone would react to any of the marketing I do with the same excitement as any of these dudes, and they are invariably dudes. I would just kill for that sort of validation for anything that I've ever done. That would be fucking awesome.
Would you impale someone on a fireman's axe?
Yes, I would. And I don't have access to one, which is the only thing that's saving firemen's lives. So which do you want to take first? Our reaction to the trailer or the reaction to the trailer that played out on Twitter the day it dropped?
Let's talk about our reaction first.
Okay, so I don't know about you, but I wasn't surprised that Michael climbed out of a burning pit, even though his face seemed to be getting singed pretty bad. Like those firemen are real Johnny on the spot, even though the fire started in the room he was trapped in. But okay, sure, why not? We knew the sequels were coming, so I don't have a problem with this.
Did you take a peek at when the script leaked sometime last year?
No, I didn't at all. I didn't.
Because apparently it is legitimate. I don't know if you can find it anywhere now, and I'm sure if you go on Reddit you can find full overviews of it. But I have no idea what the second sequel, like Halloween Ends, is going to be the one that comes out next year. Is that what it's called? Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not sure how this one, is going to be more of Jamie Lee Curtis hunting him down, or I'm not sure.
It seems to be that there's definitely a vigilante uprising and a riot in Haddonfield in reaction to these murders. And that's the part I think I find most intriguing about this as a sequel, not knowing much beyond the trailer.
I have the feeling that this one is going to end with him being cornered in some way. How's he going to get out of this pickle? Well, probably by killing a lot of people.
The whole idea here is to constantly put him in a place where you can't believe he's gotten out of this one, as you said. And here we're going again, where he's trapped in a place he can't get out of, and then lo and behold, unwitting doofuses just give him a fucking excuse to get out of it, and he just murders him a whole fucking set of firemen.
Yeah, he seems very reinvigorated in this. He was
really dragging ass at the end of the last movie.
But he's back and fitter than ever. He's tan, rested, and ready.
He is not vaxxed, but he is waxed, and he's ready to get some people jaxed on the end of his sharp implement. We have a fun Halloween 3 Season of the Witch reference in here, with people wearing those masks, all tied up and dead, which I appreciate. I fucking appreciate it.
Yeah, and we're also kind of moving back into the, Michael is entirely human thing, which don't know. I'll see how it plays out in the movie itself, and presumably in the subsequent movie. I was just never a fan of that.
At a certain point, like, he can't be human anymore.
Well, no, of course. I mean, there has to be some explanation as to why he just cannot die.
I think it's just a well people go to. But I think the one thing that really makes it exciting for me is the idea of this town going insane in the aftermath of this new tragedy, and that bleeding over into everyone's attitude, where they're going to, like, people are going to get indiscriminately killed along the way here that have nothing to do with Michael. That I think is awesome. And hoping against hope that boyfriend has it coming.
You know, he is in the trailer.
Yeah.
So, and I believe he is the one that you see Michael grabbing someone by the throat. I think that's him, but also there's a quick shot of somebody with their look like they're impaled on a fence. Kind of like
that's the kid from the first movie who is impaled on that fence.
Oh, that's from the first one. Okay, all right. So that's just like they're still, you know, investigating the first set of murders that same night.
Right.
Okay, all right. I think
this has the momentum of happening the same night as Halloween 2018, which I think is something you kind of have to do.
Right, like Halloween to Halloween too. It's just immediately afterwards.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he's definitely the one he grabs by the throat. Then, so I'm like, well, you know, you have Michael Myers grab you by the throat, you're not getting out of that pickle.
No, I don't think so. I don't know. And I also enjoy the whole continuation of Judy Greer and the granddaughter also being involved here. Like, there's a lot to like about this. There's nothing that I found hugely off-putting other than the specter of Michael Myers once again becoming supernatural. But then again, that could be an emotional thing. It might not be an actual thing. Let's see.
Refresh my memory. By the end of 2018, did Judy Greer know that her husband had been murdered? Had that been discovered yet? I don't think it had been, right?
To my recollection, no. She's unaware of that. But I could be wrong.
Well, presumably she will be.
I meant to watch it, but then I got a gig and I had to write a bunch of Paramount Plus copies. So
presumably she will find out at some point during the probably told by the gentleman in the cowboy hat who looks like Forrest Whitaker but is not Forrest Whitaker. It should be Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah, like, I know he's on TV and whatnot, but I would love to have seen some Forrest Whitaker in this bad boy. That would have been awesome. So, now that we've talked about the trailer in and of itself, and that it'll probably mean that we'll end up watching it and probably talking about it on the show, let's discuss Twitter's reaction to it.
Measured as always.
Always the best place on the internet to go for reactions.
Understated, undramatic, very rational.
Yes. And to which they lamented loudly and vociferously, "Oh my God, you just showed me the whole movie." No, you were not shown the whole movie. Did you not think he wasn't going to kill a bunch of fucking firefighters if they showed up to a fire? Yeah, that's like happening in the first 2 minutes of this movie, y'all.
Right, and this movie has in its creation developed a reputation for, you know, this one is going to have a high body count.
Yes.
And in this one you get maybe 5 on-screen deaths, maybe. I mean, you get some implied ones. You've got you're
skirting on the edge of double digits, because there's also that elderly couple where the wife gets it with a cracked.
Oh, that's going to be the fluorescent tube. I can tell you right now, that's going to be my favorite kill.
Yeah. I mean, it's fantastic.
Yeah,
the blood entering into the tube. I mean, everything about it is fucking awesome.
This seems to be a return to, you know, the Michael of the, you know, the 4, 5, and 6 era, where he would just use whatever he had handy to kill someone with. Mm-hmm. You know, whereas in the first one, it was either a knife or his bare hands.
Yeah, it's very lo-fi. But of course, there was nothing like that in and of itself, of him being a semi-indestructible, ever-present killing machine, was enough to freak people out. And in the aftermath of that, he's become bloodier and bloodier and bloodier, to the point where in the original Halloween 2, Carpenter went in and said, this isn't going to work unless we add a bunch of gore into it. And it is debatable whether or not that is true. But since then, it has always been gory. And one of the better parts of Halloween 2018 was the amount of gore.
Yeah, and then apparently this one is upping the ante. So I am excited to see what that means. And the problem with the Twitter reaction is, and there was an article on Fandango about this, an editorial, and it said that people are not going to not see a movie because the trailer gave away too much. And of course, contrarian people are like, oh, I refuse to see a movie because the trailer gave away too much. But generally speaking, they are right. If you want to see a movie bad enough, you will go to see it whether you are spoiled on it or not. And I can give myself as anecdotal evidence, because I knew how the Sixth Sense ended before I saw it. I knew the twist in that. And you know what? I still liked it anyway. I still thought it was great because I enjoyed seeing how it built up to that point.
Yes. A story is not successful in how it ends. It is successful in how it is told. So
right, exactly. And one of the people complaining in the thread of the Fandango editorial says, oh, well, clearly the people in this in the Halloween mess are this character, and this character. And I'm like, I didn't say this. I didn't feel like getting in an argument with these people. Right. It's like, okay, well, I didn't know that was those characters, so you just spoiled it for me. By saying that, I mean, swearing up and down, well, that's because this person's wearing this shirt and that character had that shirt on earlier in the movie. It's like, what are you watching this frame by frame?
I think that is some people's real du jour, is to watch things frame by frame. Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, by saying that, you had now spoiled something for other people, because I had no idea who those people in the mask are supposed to be.
The thing that people, and when I say people, not our audience necessarily, need to realize is that trailers are not for people who are going to see that movie implicitly. They're either to get you hyped because you were already going to see that film, or to notify people who do not follow film but only need to be informed of a movie actually being produced and when it will be in theaters, that it is coming. The vast majority of movie audiences are in 2. They're not in 1. As highly anticipated as Halloween Kills is, the vast majority of people who will go to see it will be notified of its presence by this trailer in a movie theater or on YouTube. I'm sorry. If you are in the former, you are in the minority by a large amount. And I say this as a marketing professional.
100%. Absolutely. And you don't even know how much of this how much in the trailer is going to end up in the final product. Because that's also a thing, particularly with horror movies, that they'll show a scene and then it just won't end up in the final cut.
And I might warn people, like, we're coming out this coming Friday with an episode talking about Prince of Darkness, John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness. And in that film, the trailer gives away everything. I mean, fucking everything. But you have no context for it. So you don't know if what happens is at the end of the movie. Yes, the trailer gives away not only the first ending, but the second and third. And then makes a completely new ending that does not appear in the movie. So trailer giving shit away is not new. Just give it up. Enjoy the fact that we're getting a new Halloween movie already.
Exactly. Just, go with it. So what do you, as we wrap this up, what do you hope will happen in this movie? What would you like to see?
What I would like to see is it not be limited to the very small circle around Michael Myers. I want to see how this entire town reacts to this in a way that evokes the sort of manic explosion of emotion that we see online, that we saw on Twitter in relation to this movie trailer, where people fly off the fucking handle because this has intruded their lives, and they make an assumption and it turns into chaos that Michael Myers takes advantage of. That is what I I would like to see. I'm open to anything, but I have an inkling that this movie is going to be the sort of treatise on how people react to violence with violence.
Yeah, my hope is somewhat simpler than that. Mm-hmm. I hope that they pick a mood and stick with it, because one thing that I as you know from when we talked about it, that I was not crazy about in 2018 was the tonal shifts.
Right.
Between darkly violent slasher movie and then a goofy comedy, and then switching back and forth, and it got a little jarring at points. Then I hope that they have decided what they want to do with these movies by this point.
Yeah, especially because they know they have another one to wrap things up. So.
Right. It's like, are they paying homage? Are they trying to make another Scream? Or are they trying to make a straightforward horror movie? I hope that they pick one and stick with it.
So that just about does it. This coming Friday, we got a new episode of Kill by Kill and more Dish by Dish with Hannibal. Some great episodes of Hannibal coming up. Of course, we have the T-shirt shop, which is now open. The link will be in the bio for this, and you can find it, of course, on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram as well. That just about does it for Gene and myself. The body count will continue. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.